John Wayne's final night on Johnny Carson, a goodbye no one was ready for. The studio lights glowed as the audience applauded, but there was something different in the air that evening. It wasn't just another episode of The Tonight Show. It felt quieter, more meaningful, as if everyone sensed they were about to witness a moment that would be remembered for years. Johnny Carson stood center stage with a gentle smile. "Ladies and gentlemen," he said, "please welcome John Wayne." The audience erupted into applause as John Wayne walked onto the stage. He smiled warmly and tipped his cowboy hat before shaking Johnny's hand. Though he still carried the powerful presence that had made him a Hollywood legend, his steps were slower, and the years of illness showed on his face. Johnny invited him to sit. For a few minutes, they laughed together, sharing stories from old movie sets. John joked about horses that refused to cooperate and directors who demanded impossible scenes. The audience laughed, grateful to see their hero smiling. But then the conversation changed. Johnny leaned forward. "Duke, after everything you've experienced, what matters most now?" The studio became silent. John Wayne paused before answering. "You spend your life chasing success. You chase awards, fame, bigger movies, but when you get older, none of that is what stays with you." He looked across the audience. "What stays are the people who loved you, the friends who never left, and the family waiting for you at home." Many people quietly wiped tears from their eyes. Johnny nodded gently. "You've inspired millions," he said. "Did you ever imagine that?" John smiled. "I never tried to become a hero. I only tried to do my job honestly." The audience applauded again. Then John looked down for a moment. "You know," he said softly, "I've fought many battles on screen. Cowboys, soldiers, outlaws, but the hardest battle wasn't in the movies." Johnny knew exactly what he meant. It was cancer. The room fell completely silent. John continued. "That enemy doesn't care how famous you are." He smiled sadly. "It teaches you how precious every sunrise really is." Johnny's eyes became watery. "So what would you tell young people watching tonight?" John looked directly into the television cameras. "I'd tell them, don't waste your life hating people. Don't spend years chasing money while forgetting those who love you." He paused. "One day you'll discover that time is the most valuable thing you'll ever own." No one in the audience moved. Even the camera operators seemed frozen. Johnny quietly asked one last question. "Are you afraid?" John took a deep breath. "Everyone is afraid sometimes." He smiled. "But courage isn't pretending you're fearless. It's walking forward, even when you know the road is coming to an end." A tear rolled down Johnny Carson's face. He quickly looked away, trying to compose himself. The audience noticed. No one laughed. No one clapped. Only silence filled the studio. John gently placed his hand on Johnny's shoulder. "Don't cry for me." Johnny managed a smile. "I'm just honored you came." John nodded. "So am I." As the interview ended, the audience rose to its feet. The standing ovation seemed endless. Some people cried openly. Others simply applauded without stopping. John Wayne slowly stood. He tipped his cowboy hat one final time. "Thank you," he whispered. The orchestra played softly as he walked toward the stage exit. Halfway there, he turned around. He smiled at Johnny. Johnny smiled back through tears. Neither man spoke another word. Sometimes silence says everything. The audience continued applauding long after John disappeared backstage. Months later, America would lose one of its greatest film legends. But millions would remember that quiet evening. Not because of movie clips. Not because of jokes. But because a man known for playing fearless heroes showed the greatest courage of all, speaking honestly about life, love, and mortality. John Wayne's final appearance became more than a television interview. It became a lesson, a reminder that legends are remembered not only for the roles they play, but for the character they reveal when the cameras are still rolling. And somewhere in the memories of those who watched that night, John Wayne still walks across that stage, hat in hand, smiling gently, leaving behind not sadness alone, but gratitude. His films ended. His journey ended. But his legacy never did.